AFTV, Curtis, have you calmed down?
Just about.
You know what? I've spoken to so many very, very angry fans today, and I was like, you know what? I was thinking to myself, people might be more calmer because we're not actually the actual game. It's like people are even more angry because they've been able to see it and analyze it, and it's been horrific.
Do you know what it is, Rob? I think for me, it's time for the fans to come together and try and force this owner out. Now, I know that's a difficult task, but to me, that's the only way I see change at this football club. Because the owner is not going to change his attitude. Arsenal is a business to him. He doesn't care enough about Arsenal losing at Brighton. Arteta at the moment is struggling. I'm not going to lie, right? It's not all his fault because we know these players aren't good enough. But Aubameyang's contract is a mess. You're still playing Aubameyang on the left. Now, I know Aubameyang scores goals from the left, but I don't care. He's being wasted out there. He's doing too much running off the ball that should be spent in the penalty area. Lacazette hasn't scored an away goal in the league since February 2019. That is a concern for a 50 million striker. Yeah, the defence is all over the place. David Luiz didn't play today. It was his fault on Wednesday, but he didn't play today. So who are we blaming today? The midfield is an absolute shambles. No protection for the back four. No creativity for the strikers. The midfield is not good enough. Saka, a teenager, again, one of our best players today. He plays with pride in his performances. Arteta with the substitutions. What are you doing? What are you doing? We need a goal. Martinelli, for me, should probably be starting, let alone getting off the bench. He's not even coming off the bench.
He hasn't come off the bench in, I think it was Mo earlier made the point that, you know, we've now made 10 substitutions in 2 games and Martinelli still hasn't got on.
I mean, what is that all about?
Unless there's something beyond it, is there something beyond the scenes or because no, I mean, every single fan who's come on here today has been absolutely baffled by it.
Yeah, I mean, 4 or 5 months ago, we were singing his praises after that Chelsea goal. You know, he was one of the stars of the future. Now the man can't get a kick. You're bringing on players like Willock and Nelson. No disrespect to them, man. Them man don't score often. They hardly ever score for Arsenal. You're bringing on Tierney with 10 minutes to go and we need a goal, bruv. Like, come on. Arteta's not doing himself no favours at the moment, I'll be honest with you.
Do you think he was trying to hold on for a draw then?
Bruv, is that what we've come to? Hold on for a draw at Brighton? I mean, no disrespect. Brighton, to me, are one of the worst teams I've seen in the Premier League, along with Norwich.
They've done the double over us.
They've done the double over us, Rob. To me, as a football club right now, Arsenal are at rock bottom. Rock bottom. The owners don't care. The manager looks to me like he's overwhelmed at the moment. It looks like too much is going off at once and he's struggling to cope with it. And then the players aren't doing nothing to help him out. They're not doing anything. They're not good enough, man. Like Henri said all that years ago, the badge is too heavy for a lot of these men. A lot of these players are not good enough to play for the football club.
Yeah, it's really bad because, you know, we started this year well. And then the coronavirus thing has come in. And then since that, I mean, you have to say that we are the club so far that have performed the worst since the restart.
And why is that? I can't understand that. You know, most of our players were back from injury. For years, we've been talking about injuries. Players getting injured every minute. We're down to the bare bones in certain positions. But to me, the club is a complete mess from top to bottom. And as a fan, you feel like, when you're watching Arsenal play, you feel like you're suffering. You feel like, yo, man, how much more of this can I take watching this? It's hard to watch. Aubameyang's body language, for me, since we came back from the pandemic and the break, it looks like it's changed completely. He looks very frustrated to me at the moment, Aubameyang. And there's too many situations that haven't been dealt with. And as I say, I don't think anything changes until the owner goes. It's difficult to get rid of an owner who's making money. The fan base too often have been split over Wenger, Ozil, Emery, all these things. But one common denominator is the owner. The owner is not getting it right. He doesn't care if we win trophies or not. And we need to get him out of the club. We need to be protesting, leave the seats empty when the stadium's open again, or nothing's going to change. And we're falling down the ladder and we've got no divine right to be at the top. You've seen teams like Leeds back in the day. Champions League semi-final. Next minute, they're out the league. We're slipping. It's getting worse.
Football is back.
Back again, yeah?
AFTV will be bringing you comprehensive coverage of every game from now until the end of the season.
Football's #1 narcissist is back.
AFTV, back again.